Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Humans of Paddle. I'm your host Max. I hope you've all had a brilliant start to the new year. In this episode, I'm joined by my good friend G. We discuss her journey into paddle and how she's using social media to inspire more people to get involved in the game. It's a fun episode. I hope you enjoy it. Looking forward to your feedback on Instagram at Humans of Paddle. Have a great day. G, finally we made it. You and me doing a podcast episode together.
Finally.
It's been about almost a year in the making, I think now.
Yeah. Finally here.
Finally here. And we've lived a lot of things together through paddle over that time as well. We were together in the World Cup in Kuwait. Amazing experience. But I want to go way back before that. Tell us how you got into paddle.
I played football soccer when I was younger. And then I injured my knees. So I couldn't continue play football. I started to play tennis when I was, I think, 23, 24. It was a challenge because it wasn't, I hadn't played any racket sports before. But I got in love with tennis. But I was super beginner because tennis is hard. But I got hooked and I took tennis lessons 2-3 times per week. In about 1.5 years. And then my former CEO, he was like, oh, have you seen this new thing? It's called Padel. I was like, Padel? It looks so weird. I played tennis. It's way cooler.
It's true, tennis was a cool sport at the time, and paddle was like for losers. Or when I told people I play paddle, they thought I was doing like stand-up paddle on the boat, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, no, it took me like 6 months before I tried paddle with him and the whole office. And from the first moment, I was hooked. It was like love at first sight.
So what was your job at the time?
I was a CEO assistant.
And when was this that you first started playing paddle?
I played 7 years almost now.
So pre-COVID?
Yeah.
Way before COVID you started playing. And where was this, in Sweden?
In Sweden, in Stockholm.
So the sport was taking off already then?
No, it was like not a lot of people that played. But the community was really, really small. So I was like in the beginning of paddle. So
you saw it really take off from the beginning in Sweden. So when did it actually really take off? Because everyone talks about COVID being the catalyst for paddle in Sweden. But was that the case, or was it already on the rise before COVID hit?
I think it was on the way, but thanks to COVID, it took off really, really fast. Because everyone could, paddle was the only sport you actually could do during COVID. So that's why it's also helped with paddle taking off. Because gym, they were closed and it was like, yeah.
Was it a strict lockdown in Sweden?
No, not strict, but like gym and stuff, you couldn't like really go.
Yeah, and then when did you decide that you wanted to go like full time into paddle?
I always wanted because I got in love, so I was so blinded by like paddle and nothing else existed. But paddle in Sweden was really expensive, and to be better, you need to take lessons, and lessons for me was super expensive. So I actually ate noodles to afford paddle for like 1-2 years.
So you were saving on everything possible just to play paddle?
Yes.
That is commitment. Is that when you decided to go into the social media side and develop your Instagram, or when did that come later?
That came later. I was just doing social media for fun, actually, but just for my private account. But since I played like paddle every day, it just became like a paddle Instagram.
Yeah, and when did you decide to kind of, I'm not going to say you take the Instagram seriously because it's still very fun and engaging the content that you do, but when did you decide, like, okay, I'm going to try and grow this, there's potential here for me to maybe benefit from growing this following?
3 years ago, maybe.
And how hard is it?
It's hard. Like, I don't earn money still from my social media. Like, I can't live on it. But for me, it's my passion. I want to spread the sport, and I see like I can do it through social media. And I got a lot of friends from social media, from my Instagram, and it's super fun. Like, thanks for my Instagram.
You were born and raised in Sweden. However, recently, and 2 years ago, you had the opportunity to compete for Thailand, which must have been a dream come true to play at an international level for your country?
At my age, I would say as well. Like I just started in sport, and then
True,
you play
yeah.
for the country. It's not. It's one in a million, I would say.
And how was the experience of playing for Thailand?
Super, super nice. Actually, I've been in Thailand back and forth when I was younger. Were a lot in Thailand, but after I moved out from my parents, I didn't go to Thailand that often. But now I had a chance to reconnect with Thailand and to promote paddle in Thailand. That made me proud to be able to do something, and I know paddle can change the life of a person, because it did to me, and I see like how happy people are when they played like a good paddle or a match. And
it paddle reconnected you with your origins, right?
Yeah.
In a way that you would maybe not have thought possible. Like you said, you haven't really been back to Thailand much, but then through paddle, it brought out those roots, you know, and you were able to compete for the country. You were in Thailand a month ago trying to grow the sport there. So what kind of stuff were you trying to do whilst you were in Thailand last month?
Meeting new people, meeting like the paddle community, doing a lot of social media to reach out to people.
This fly, it's like this one mini fly. And we're both quite sweaty, we just played.
That's why they're drawn to. No, but yeah, that next time I'm gonna go, because this was quite in a like a spontaneous trip. Next time we want to do like a pro-am to get more celebrities, and I think that's what Thailand needs to grow the sport. Now it's have taken off a bit, but still it's mostly expats that plays. So we need to bring celebrities like football players or whatever to get into paddle, so Thai people will know about paddle.
So you think there's a complete lack of awareness about the sport from Thai people? Because I guess there is a middle, upper, high class that can afford to play. I don't think necessarily the barrier to entry, obviously, for a certain amount of people, they can't afford to play. But there is a big population in Thailand that could play paddle, right?
Yeah. The first step is like people's awareness of that paddle exists. Like you said, it's quite expensive. So first it's going to be the middle class, upper class that plays. But then I think the government need to do something. Like in Sweden, for example, they have like free courts that you can play. Of course, it's like a long queue to play, but still there are free courts to play on. But we need to create that hype, so the government can also come in and help and see this is a really good sport for everybody to play, especially for the kids. It's a super nice sport and it's easy to learn. It's social and it helps the kids to want something, I think, and also help with the self-esteem and
There's a lot of opportunity in paddle, especially moving forward, and the barrier to entry to play and compete isn't that high. And with the sport growing so fast, it's true, if you are that first generation of players in your country, like you can compete for your country, and it's a huge motivation for a lot of people to play. And talking on the competitive side, you are playing with another person, right? So how is it competing, trying to do your best, but then you've got another person next to you, especially for you, let's say in the Thai team, the level within the team was very, wide.
Yeah.
So and you'd never trained with these people. If we take the example of the World Cup, so how did you adapt to playing with different partners in that event?
Communication is the first step, I think. I always talk with my partner before we're going into the match. How do you communicate, and how do you want me to tell you where the opponents are, or like if you're down, if you do a lot of unforced, how can I help you to bring you up? And I think the communication is the key to actually understand your partner. Of course, it's hard, but it's also, for me, paddle is fun. I need to have fun on the court. And if I see that my partner is also having fun and we do our best.
I mean, we've played together a few times. We never win. But we have, it's true, but we have a lot of fun. Let's maintain the myth that we're actually good at this game. I mean, I don't think have we ever won a match? Yeah, we have won a match.
We have.
Yeah, we have. But I mean, we do have a lot of fun. I think that is the most important, to keep that essence of, it is an entertaining game.
Yeah.
And we're playing in the APPT together, well, this week, in the past, by the time this is released. But in the pro category, which I wish us luck with. But that was a great idea, G. But I'm sure we're going to have a great time. We're going to have a great time, for sure. And I think that's what is important. I think that's why paddle has become so popular. And I think we need to maintain that kind of amateur enjoyment of the game.
Yeah, because I know I have realistic goal. I'm not gonna play in Premier Padel, or of course I could play like a FIP, like Rise, or But for me, my goal is to spread paddle around the world and having fun, and to see people having fun with paddle. That's my passion.
Yeah, but you do play a lot of tournaments.
Yeah,
and you manage to stay competitive throughout those tournaments as well, which I find very impressive.
Yeah.
How do you keep that competitive mindset?
Because I'm having fun. Fun for me, I love competing, and it's the adrenaline, and to have fun. Fun for me, it's how I can deliver.
So you enjoy that competitive environment? And,
yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. That's good.
Yeah, but of course, if you have a partner that they need to be so focused on the court, for me, it's quite hard if I can't have fun with my partner.
Yeah, so let's talk about the sensitive topic then. Let's say you're playing with me, and then you don't enjoy playing with me as your partner. How do you tell me that you don't want to play with me anymore? Because you do, it's transient, right? You change partners, you move on, people, you get better. Those people don't necessarily progress at the same speed as you. So how do you have that conversation with people? I don't want to be your partner anymore.
It's hard because people take paddle seriously. Of course, I also take paddle serious, but still I want to have fun. And I know that sometimes we don't progress in the same speed. Sometimes you need to change partner to also progress, to be better, because then you also learn another people's weaknesses and skills, and that might bring other skills to you as well. But to say it to a partner, it's super hard because, of course, paddle bring a lot of friendships. I got like my friend circle is from paddle. But it feels like if you tell someone that I want to play with another, it feels like I'm breaking up the friendship. And for me, it's totally two different things. So I don't know. Do you have a good way to say?
It is true. It is like a relationship, right? I mean, it's almost like a romantic relationship, as if you're telling that person, I've met someone else, like I want to go and date this person. It has that similar kind of vibe to it. But I think also people need to have the maturity, especially at our amateur level.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own schedule. Everyone has their own lives. I mean, I don't really play many tournaments, but I mean, I rarely play with the same person. And if I play with someone and the next tournament they play with someone else, I really don't care. Like my life moves on, like I'm not taking it in a personal way.
Yeah.
Everyone has their reasons and everyone can enjoy the sport. I don't own anybody.
Yeah.
And similar to you, I mean, most of my social circle has come from paddle as well. I mean, I work in an industry that I love. This sport pays me, but it also gives me so much on other levels, and I love that about it. Also, sometimes it's hard to kind of separate the two, of like, this is my work life and this is like my personal life. It's hard to make that separation sometimes.
Yeah.
But back to what you're saying about players, I think people just need to get over it.
Yeah.
Like there's worse things happening in the world, it's just paddle.
It's just paddle. We're here to have fun.
Exactly.
And it's tough because I'm on my journey and my partner is on her or his journey. We might not be like in the same, let's just split for a while and then we can play again or whatever. It's for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe that conversation needs to be had at the beginning of like, but then it doesn't make sense, right? Why would you have that conversation at the beginning? It's just awkward.
Yeah.
Like we're going to play together, but it's maybe not forever. I mean, nothing lasts forever, right? I mean...
No, it's paddle.
Yeah, I mean, I think it must be harder at the professional level.
Exactly.
Because there's a whole financial impact.
Yeah.
If you're an amazing player and you decide, you don't want to play with me anymore, I'm going to start losing earlier in tournaments, and that's going to be more of an effect than in some random tournament in Dubai with a voucher for 50 dirhams to win. So, people just take it a little bit too personally, really, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, if anyone listening to this does have a suggestion of how to break up with a partner, we're talking a paddle partner here, effectively, I'm open to it.
In the comments.
I would love to hear it.
It's hard. And to not break up the friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you lost friendships because of paddle?
Not yet. And
But you can feel it coming.
hopefully I won't. Because paddle is joy, is happiness, it's fun. Hopefully not.
What do you think the future holds for you in paddle? What would you like to achieve?
I would want everyone to play paddle in the whole world.
It's a bit like John Lennon Imagine kind of approach to...
If I could dream. Because like I told you, like paddle have done so much for me in the way like friendships, having fun. I can see how people are like growing with paddle, the self-esteem, like everything. It makes a people how do you say, more happy. I want people I don't know, it sounds like a dream world, but I think like also if people play paddle, you connect in a way. I don't know really how to.
But what do you think is specific to paddle about all that?
Because everyone can play. It can be in a different level. You have fun. Kids, it can be like 90 years old grandma playing. It's a sport that like connects everyone and everyone can have fun.
It's true.
There's not a lot of sports like tennis. You can't. You need to be in the same level.
Yeah, tennis is very challenging to play with other people. I mean, you need exactly the same level, and it's tiring, and it's physical, and whatever. Like, it's not as fun. Still the king of racket sports, though, I must say. I'll leave it at that when it comes to tennis. But what do you think the future holds for you?
My dream was to influence so more people start to play paddle. That's just why I have my social media and why I promote, because I love to see people happy.
Does it work?
It does work.
Do people message you and be like, I started playing paddle thanks to you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And I get a lot of messages that like that. And for me, I'm super happy to be able to promote paddle and for that someone else can discover how fun it is. And yeah, that's just why I'm doing it. And every message I get like that, it warms my heart because I know what paddle did to me, and I know what an impact they have for others as well if they start.
That's really deep, actually. That's a lot more philosophical and a lot more heartwarming than you would generally put towards doing anything on social media. It usually seems quite empty content and that kind of stuff. And you get a lot of engagement on your content. Like, your videos do very well and you get a lot of views and all this stuff. And I think probably it's because you do put that passion and it is organic love for the game that you put into all your content, and you can feel that when you see it. And I think that's great. And you recently moved to the UAE.
Yeah, one year ago.
1 year ago already?
Yeah.
Okay. Why did you move to Dubai?
Just because of my boyfriend moved. So I moved after him. I like it. It's different. I'm from Sweden and it's a lot of nature, fresh air, green forests. Here it's opposite, I would say. But still with paddle, I have my paddle community and it makes it really easy to get new friends. And I think I would say I spend time, my free time, mostly on the court and socializing with my paddle friends. So wherever paddle is, I think I would be happy there.
And what do you like to do outside of paddle?
Is there anything?
Is there anything outside? Is there a life outside of paddle? Do you think you'll always love it?
I think so. But that's why I'm also not... I get a lot of requests if I want to be a coach. I think my passion would die a bit if I would be like a coach, like 90% then on the court feeding balls and play at the same time. Now I'm really lucky that I can train a lot of paddle, thanks for Paddle Art and Paddle Outlet, and also play a lot of tournaments. So I think I would always love paddle in a way or another. But paddle makes me happy. And I couldn't imagine my life without paddle. I don't think my boyfriend could either.
He plays, right?
He plays, but he's just super scared that I'm gonna be injured one day, and I need to be alone with him at home, and he would knows that, oh my God, now like 2 months with her without paddle.
Who's your favorite paddle player?
I like Paula. She's also very happy, and I like that she's a little bit more rock and roll. I love it.
Have you got to meet any of the top players?
Yeah, Gemma, I met a lot of players.
What do you think makes them so good?
That's a good question. Determination, I think. What do you think?
I'm the one asking the questions.
It was a hard one.
It is a hard question. But I think with all sports, we always talk about talent, right? But I think the true talent is work ethic. Because talent will get you so far. But you need that plus work ethic. Like without the work ethic, no matter how talented you are, I mean, you see the occasional person make it in a sport somehow, but in terms of sustainability and remaining at the top and competing at the top, it's hard work, right? I mean, anything, to be good at anything is a lot of repetition and is a lot of work.
Yeah, it is.
So they wake up every day and, they put in the hours, and I think that is what they all have in common.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but I think it's right. Of course, like if a talent doesn't want to put in the hours, then they're not going to be in the top.
Is there anything else you'd like to say to the world?
Play paddle and have fun.
Play paddle. Imagine all the people playing paddle.
But I think the world would be a better place if everyone would play paddle.
That is a great way to end an episode.
It is.
Gee, thank you for your time. We'll do many more of these anyway. You're around now. You're in Dubai. We have many things to talk about.
Yeah.
We're always talking about paddle.
Yeah, mostly 99.9.
Yeah, I know nothing about you other than paddle. Like that's pretty much all we've ever talked about. So that's great. And have a lovely day, and I'll speak to you next time.
Yeah, you too. See ya.